March 30th here in southern Ontario, Canada. So I want to touch on the protests in France again because a lot of, well, we're not seeing it on the mainstream media, right? Trudeau doesn't want us seeing that there's 9 million people on the streets in France protesting. 9 out of almost 68 million. Just to kind of put things in scale. But a lot of, I'm not going to point anyone out, but a lot of other channels are oversimplifying it. They're saying it's about the retirement age being upped from 62 years to 64 years of age because the money's just not in the coffers. Well, that's true, but it's not the whole picture at all. I looked up Macron, I guess he's the president, or is he the prime minister? I don't know what they call it. Doesn't matter. He's been in power a long time. He's very left. I wondered if he was WEF. I was quite certain he was, but I wanted to confirm that. Oh yeah, he addressed big long talks in Davos in 2019, 2021. Not sure if he was there last year or not. That was good enough for me. 2019 and 21, where in both occasions he's talking all about the climate crisis and all of that WEF BS. But again, it's more complex than just this retirement age issue. The French were already protesting a number of things. Economics as a whole, farmers, all the usual stuff that people protest, from the edicts of the devils in Davos. But this one, the retirement thing, unified the protesters because, you had the farmers here and you had the taxpayers there, and, the protests were fractured in motivation and numbers, I'll say, of protesters. Now, the reason it unified them was because Macron didn't put it through Parliament. He pulled out a little thing there, subdivision line from the their Bill of Rights, Charter of Rights, their Constitution, whatever it's called, because he knew it wouldn't go through Parliament because it was so hugely unpopular with the populace. So he pulled out the equivalent of Trudeau's Order in Council, Bill C-21. Although now we have a Bill C-21, but the whole disarming the populace started with an Order in Council, didn't go through Parliament. See the similarities? Oh, well, it all goes back to their primary education at the Young Globals Leaders program, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Not hard to see through that one. So, Macron announcing this in Parliament even enraged the parliamentarians. They all stood up with these signs. I don't know what they said. But again, the whole point is a lot of channels talking about this, channels such as mine, are oversimplifying it. The unification of the protesters being galvanized by this retirement issue has really pushed the populist movement to the right, swelling them in numbers and unifying them. And I've commented before, that the populist or populist, the right-wing movement, if you will, in Europe grows hugely. And we're also not seeing the protest numbers from Italy, Spain, France, of course, the Netherlands. We're aware of that. And perhaps other, I would assume, well, it's common knowledge throughout the European Union that right-wing politics, or again populism, is growing. So I just wanted to clarify that issue in France. I think the WEF is getting some serious pushback and some unified pushback from the people. And the common theme, the devil's in Davos. Let's not forget Trudeau, graduate, Young Global Leaders Program, class of '91.